guys, welcome back to my channel. So I have officially started OB, as you can obviously tell by the title of the video. So today I just kind of wanted to update you guys on how OB is going. I told you guys that I started OB I think last week. So I wanted to update you guys. So far I've had my hospital orientation and I've had simulation, which was yesterday, which was, let me say, very interesting. I got to see, oh my gosh, I got to see a mannequin give birth, which was like interesting. It was like very interesting. I was like confused the entire time. It was just like such a weird process. I don't even know where to start, but you guys know, if you guys are nursing students, the stuff that these mannequins can do is insane. So yeah, we're gonna be talking all about that today, all about the material, all about how I'm liking the material. I actually have my first test in 3 days. I was actually just gonna be studying all day today, and then while I got all my stuff out, I'm like, why didn't I just pull out my camera, talk to you guys, update you guys, let you guys know what I'm studying, how I like it, my plans on how I'm studying, and what material we're going over, and all that jazz. But yeah, if you guys wanna hang out with me today, know what I'm doing in OB, know what I'm doing currently in nursing school, then of course, keep watching. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe, make sure you like this video if you enjoy it, and yeah, let's talk about OB. So, right now, we're currently studying, how many chapters is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have 7 chapters for this exam, and when I say that this is like so much material, like, I mean, obviously like all my tests are a lot of material. Like I'm used to 7, 8 chapters, 6 chapters, you know what I mean? But like these chapters are each like 30 pages long. Like I was like looking at every single chapter that we had to read, and I was like, I cannot even read all this. Like it is impossible for me to read all of this. So what I've been doing, which is something that I don't normally do, is actually printing off my teacher's PowerPoints. But the way that I print off my teacher's PowerPoints is I kind of put it into the notes. So like I'll go into the PowerPoint and I'll make it into the actual notes. So it's not in the PowerPoint format. I'm not a fan of the PowerPoint format. I used to be long ago, not in nursing school, because it's just like all out of whack for me. So that's what I've been doing, and it's been working out pretty good, because then I can go into like certain topics if I want to add on to it, blah, blah, blah. So like my notes kind of look like this, and they look like really, I mean, it's pretty cool. And during class, I would just like organize the notes a little bit better. So like, as you can see, like I have the title and like everything like that. When you normally put out PowerPoints in a note format, it's kind of a mess. It's just like a blob of information. So I kind of went in while my teacher was teaching and I organized the notes a little bit better. So that's how I have my notes. And it's actually pretty good. I really like my teacher this semester. She is amazing. I was so scared because everybody was saying like that this teacher that I have right now for theory, that she's like super hard. She has pop quizzes. You have to read before, because she's gonna like literally pull out the freaking roll and like pick on people to answer questions. So I was like so nervous. I'm like, oh my God, like how am I supposed to read all these chapters before a lecture? Like how am I supposed to know all this information, blah, blah, blah. But like she's absolutely amazing. Like she keeps me so focused the entire class. Like it's a 4-hour lecture, it's a pretty long lecture, and I've been like this like the entire lecture, like because she's so like, the way that she does it is really interesting, and like she keeps you engaged, and like she talks to you guys. It's not just like a teacher up front, you know, explaining one thing. It's kind of like, what do you guys think about this? Like, why do you think people choose not to breastfeed? Why do you think people choose not to breastfeed? And she'll kind of like go around and like go through our classrooms. It kind of keeps you really engaged, and it doesn't really give you a choice to not be paying attention, because she will call on you. So that's how it's been. The material that we're studying right now is 7 chapters. So the first chapter is adapting to pregnancy. Second chapter is nutrition, what mama should be eating when she's pregnant. Third chapter is giving birth. The fourth chapter is postpartum. Fifth chapter is assessment of the newborn. Sixth chapter is the normal newborn, so like the nursing care. And then the last chapter is newborn feedings. And like, it sounds like such simple stuff, right? But these chapters are just, they're so freaking long. But even though they're super long, like what I've been doing is actually watching YouTube videos, which has been helping me so much. You guys know that I rave about Registered Nurse RN. I just freaking love her. So like I've been watching like her videos on stages of nursing. I've also been watching Khan Academy, and I've also been watching MedCom videos. These are actually recommended by my school. this semester, like in clinical, we have to watch 10 hours of videos total. So I have been watching those videos for my hours, and they've actually been helping me so freaking much. And actually, if you guys have access to MedCom, I think you have to have it through your school, but I'm not completely sure. You actually get to watch like live births. You get to watch like nurses sticking in catheters on real patients, like up close and personal, not on a freaking mannequin, like I have been watching for the last year of nursing school. It's actually, I don't know if they just added this on or what it is, but it's so funny. I was actually watching one of the videos. I was watching my catheter, the Foley catheter video, because I'm like, it's been a while since I've tried to put in a Foley, and this semester I want to do as much as I can, and they say you're able to start a lot of IVs and Foley, so of course I've been refreshing on my skills. So I've been watching the MedCom videos, and I was actually watching with my boyfriend next to me, and they're talking about the Foley, blah, 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 and I'm like, okay, yeah, they're gonna put it in a mannequin. You guys, they made like the woman's vagina like full screen, because I had the video already full screen, and like all you see is like straight up vagina, and my boyfriend goes, isn't that supposed to be blurred? I'm like, no, boo. Like, you think it's blurred when I'm sticking in a Foley? And it was so funny because he was just like, I can't believe they let you guys watch this. I'm like, we're nurses. Like, we see this in person every day. So I thought that was so funny. But yeah, so I've been watching those videos and it's been helping me so much. But on top of that, I've actually been absolutely loving the semester. Like, I've been watching videos like for fun, like when I've had like, you know, I've been studying all day, whatever, and at night, like instead of like watching TV or Netflix, I've actually been looking up like YouTube videos on more stuff related to pregnancy, just because I love it so much. Like, you guys, like I think I have finally decided, who knows, but I think I finally decided that I do want to go into women's services, whether it's mother baby, labor and delivery. I don't really know yet, but I definitely want to go into this field as a nurse. Like, I think I'm like set on it, but of course, you guys know how it goes. It might not end up like that. I don't know. We'll see, but I absolutely love it. So that's what we've been doing the past 2 weeks. So we have our exams every other week except for this week. This week we have this test. We actually had 2 weeks since we had our first week as orientation. They give us an extra week, but from now on, it's gonna be every other week we're gonna have an exam. So it's a lot of information in such a short amount of time, which kind of sucks because I absolutely love this information. But I wanted to tell you guys about sim yesterday too. So we had simulation yesterday. If you guys don't know what that is, it's basically in school, in nursing school, like you have your skills lab or your sim lab, and I got to see a freaking mannequin give birth. Like, and I didn't know what to expect. We had this huge sim packet that we had to complete, which is completely fine. It was just, I think it was like 30 pages long, and it had all to do with, of course, labor and delivery, postpartum, and stuff like that, and like the assessments that you have to do. And with that, you had to watch a bunch of like required videos, like the newborn assessment, gestational age, newborn reflexes. What else did we have to watch? The giving birth video. I think it was 5 videos that we had to watch, and that was already like 3 hours of videos. It was like pretty long. And then we had to do a bunch of questions along with it. So we didn't really know what to expect, because when you go to simulation, they don't tell you exactly what you're gonna do. It's kind of just like, complete this packet, show up on time, wear your scrubs, and you kind of hope for the best. You kind of hope that you studied everything that you needed to know for simulation. Thankfully, the simulation wasn't like a pretty strict simulation. My teacher wasn't pretty strict on it, because usually simulation, they stick a bunch of nursing students in a room with a patient, and the patient like talks, the patient moves, the patient blinks, the patient has respirations, the patient can go. In adult, my patient was hypoglycemic and his blood pressure was dropping, and it was like insane. Like, they just like basically want to see if you're able to kind of do in a clinical setting, like if you're able to kind of react and like know what to look for, know what to do, just to kind of put us into perspective as like, as a nurse, like obviously you're gonna need to know what to do, blah, 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 testing your material, testing, you know, and seeing what you could do. So yeah, the simulation, our teacher actually just had our entire clinical group. So it was all 8 of us. I think there's 8 of us. 8 of us in there. And then she was kind of just like walking us through, but we didn't know like what to expect. So she's like, this is me and she's pregnant. And she kind of gave us a description of what she's going through. So I think she's 37 weeks pregnant, and she was there because her water had broke, something like that. And then we have like all the monitors that are on. Cindy was breathing, Cindy was blinking, she was talking, she was doing all that jazz. And my teacher was like, all right, we're gonna perform vaginal exams. So you had to put gloves on and stuff, and like stick your finger in, obviously, and try to feel like the cervix, try to feel the baby and stuff. And like, while we were doing that, like obviously we need to know, I don't even know like how to explain this stuff. It's so crazy. We need to know like how dilated she was, which we had like an actual diagram that kind of showed like the different sizes of dilation. And then you also had to try to feel if you could feel either the anterior, the posterior fontanelle of the baby, so that you can figure out what position it was in. So if it was, you know, straight OA, if it was anterior, occipital anterior, occipital posterior, is it transverse, is it longitudinal, blah, 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 blah. So we were doing that, and it was like so crazy, like to think that that's what we do as nurses. And then after simulation, we actually got to feel like, it's so funny, they called it a vagina box. It's literally just a vagina, like a box with a vagina on the outside, and you have to stick your fingers in just like we're doing a vaginal exam, and you had to try to figure out which way the baby was facing. So like my teacher would like make us turn around, and like she would move around the little baby's head, and you had to feel it based on the fontanelles. Where is the baby coming out of? Like which way is the baby coming out of, what position the baby was in. Because of course we need to know that, and then when we're at the hospital, that's what labor and delivery nurses do. They have to figure out which way the baby's laying. And yeah, so that's what we were doing. Another thing that we were doing is practicing our Foleys again, because of course it's been a year since we've done skills, guys. Like that's pretty crazy that in our nursing program, we only have skills in the first semester. So I haven't had skills in an entire year. So we're practicing our Foleys, which is pretty cool. It's been a little bit since I've done a Foley. And then we were practicing our IV stuff, like touching and playing with the IV machine, because of course we need to be on top of that. And it's been a bit since we've also been able to touch IVs, well, since adult, so last semester. What else did we do? Oh, we got to practice our Leopold's maneuver. So basically when mama's pregnant, you have to try to figure out, like when she comes in and she's having contractions, her water broke, yada yada, we have to try to figure out which way the baby's facing, and you do that by literally pressing on mama's belly. So like you had to practice the Leopold's maneuver and try to figure out which way the baby is facing. So we got to practice that, which that was like pretty hard, because I don't know, I get so confused on like occiput
transverse, occiput, it's posterior, it's anterior, because you have to feel, and then like doing like the vaginal exam, you have to try to feel the fun.
And we also got to practice, what else did we get to practice? We also got to practice, like I told you guys, the cervical dilation effacement stuff, which was the vagina box. And then there was like a bunch of little things that show like what dilation is gonna feel like. So like you can literally like stick your fingers in and you could feel like each dilation, which that was pretty cool to see. So OB so far, I feel like it's been like a lot, but it's been pretty cool. Like this stuff is like really, really interesting, and I'm so excited about it. So right now I'm just studying, like I told you guys, those 7 chapters, and yeah, that's what I've been doing. I've been watching videos. I've also been practicing practice questions. I know a lot of you guys have been kind of asking me, what do I do to prepare for exams? And that's kind of what I do. I'll watch YouTube videos. I'll watch YouTube videos are all the things that I can find on YouTube. Khan Academy is also amazing to watch videos if you guys want to look that up. If you guys don't want to read an entire chapter, which I'm not able to read my entire chapter because it is too insanely long. So I've not been able to read all of it. So instead of reading the whole chapter, I've been looking online. And of course, like I told you guys, I kind of printed my teacher's PowerPoints, went along with that. And then on MedCom, which I really hope you guys are able to, I don't know all about MedCom, but this is the first semester that we've ever used it, but I absolutely love it. They also gave notes. So I kind of looked at those notes. And you know, I've told you guys before that Registered Nurse RN also gives notes for her material. So like the stages of labor and stuff, like she has her own notes and her own little mnemonics to remember it. And then Pinterest, of course, is always amazing. I actually have some Pinterest stuff on the position of the baby, since that's kind of been what I've been struggling with, is kind of figuring out what position the baby is, because there's so many different kinds. Like maybe I should show you guys. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and show you guys, because you know what, that's what we're here for, right? So this is Leopold's maneuver. So remember I told you guys this is how we figure out how to put the fetal heart monitor. So first thing we're gonna do is feel the fundus, which is the top of the belly. Then we're gonna feel the sides. And of course we're trying to figure out which way the baby is facing. So obviously, as you can see, his head's facing down. He's probably at 0 station here, and we're trying to figure out where his body is. So you can definitely feel this is going to be his booty. This is flat, so it's probably his back. You could feel some ridges over here, some like rough parts, which you can probably figure out are his little legs. And then as you can see, she figured out that this is where mama's head, baby's head is. So that's Leopold's maneuver. So that's kind of what we were practicing yesterday. And of course you can't actually see the baby like this. All you have is a belly and you have to feel real hard. My teacher said that this is what hurts mom the most. It's kind of digging in like right above her symphysis pubis. So that was pretty interesting. Let me see what else we got here. Oh, well, let me show you guys the birth stuff. Okay, so, and here, this is what I was telling you guys earlier. So we're trying to figure out if it's longitudinal lie, transverse lie, which transverse, longitudinal is most common. Transverse is when mama's gonna need a C-section if she is already in active labor. If not, we're gonna try to reposition her to try to move that little baby. And then we gotta figure out what position the baby's in. So is he fully flexed, which is what we want, or is he in extension? And then of course, this is talking about the baby's fontanelles right here. And of course we know that the posterior is a triangle, anterior is gonna be more like a diamond shaped. And then this is what I was talking about too, when you put your hand in to feel, what are you feeling? Where's, like obviously this little diamond right here is gonna be the anterior fontanelle, and you're trying to figure out where it is. And by figuring out where it is, you can also tell what kind of extension he's in. And these are the different types of presentation that the baby can be in, which of course we want that complete flexion. And then this is the stuff that I was telling you guys really confuses me. So as you can see, this is mom's pelvis, and this is how we describe the baby's fetal position. So this is breech. So breech basically means his legs are facing down, which we don't want breech. We definitely want his head down first, just like all these right here. And of course we want him fully flexed as well. But yeah, this is kind of what I'm confused about. Not really confused, but like what I need to practice a little bit more on, which I'm gonna look on Pinterest to see if there's anything that can kind of help me on this. But yeah, when we do the Leopold's maneuver, we're trying to feel where the baby's at. And then when we do the vaginal exam, this is how we also figure out, based on the baby's fontanelles, what we're feeling, which way is he facing. And these are some of the types of ways that he could be facing. This of course isn't all of it. But yeah, like it's kind of hard to like look at this and then put it together, because I don't even know how to explain it. Like if you guys haven't done this yet, it's just confusing. My SI teacher actually gave us a video about this, so I need to watch that. But yeah, what else do I want to show you guys? Oh yeah, it's pretty cool here too. They also give, these are positions for when mom's in labor that we can do to kind of help her feel more comfortable. And then we'll also do these if baby is facing a way that we don't want him to face. We'll have mom move around to see if we can get that baby to move to be in a better place. And yeah, this is kind of how it is. This is kind of what I'm learning. Oh, maybe I shouldn't show that on YouTube, huh? Sorry. That's mom giving birth. Yeah, we also got to swaddle a baby, which I've never had a baby, so I didn't know how to swaddle a baby. I'm sure a lot of you guys are like, girlfriend, how do you not know how to swaddle a baby? I've never had a child, okay? And nobody around me has had a child, so unless one of you guys want to give me your baby to practice my swaddling, I don't know how to swaddle a baby. So we got to practice that yesterday. We got to practice bulb suction, which all this is in simulation, which is pretty cool how they have us do all this in simulation before we go into the hospital, just so that we have an idea and we don't look stupid, you know what I mean? That's the worst thing. I can't stand being a nursing student and feeling stupid or looking stupid. So it's really cool that our teachers allow us to have simulation before we actually go to the hospital. And then I did want to also talk about our, what we're gonna be able to do this semester. So a lot of you guys know in pediatrics, I was basically not able to do anything nursing wise. And this semester is completely different. We're able to do everything again. So I have been re-looking up my IV skills to make sure that I know how to properly insert an IV, my Foley stuff, because of course it's been such a long time since I've been able to do all of these things. I still have not been able to start an IV, but I will this semester. I'm putting it into the ear, I'm putting it into the universe. I will start an IV this semester. So that's what I'm doing right now, and I'm gonna study for my exam. But I just kind of wanted to update you guys on my OB semester so far. Like I told you guys, it's gonna be a short semester, so it's gonna be quick. So of course I don't get to record as often as I want to, but I'm gonna try to just pick up the camera and kind of talk to you guys and update you guys as often as I can. Oh, another thing that I wanna talk to you guys about. So I actually decided to start a new Instagram all about nursing. So this Instagram is called Nursing with Jackie B. And of course I will link it right over here if you guys wanna check it out. But I decided to start an Instagram because on my personal Instagram, I feel weird kind of posting about nursing. I don't know why.